You know what would be better than watching this commercial? Watching your commercial. Join the party that is Make Your Day Richer TV by advertising your brand, business, or project during the show. Use us to promote what you're doing to make our viewers' day richer. Scan the QR code or visit makeyourdayricher.com/advertising to start promoting today.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Well, hi everyone. Relax. I love the clapping. Okay, go for a little bit more. All right, calm down. We have a show to do, and it's a really good one. I'm getting very excited. Yesterday, I think I was saying how I was not in the Christmas spirit. Like, it didn't feel like Christmas. But today we took a walk with the dog this morning, and it was like chilly, and we were talking about what we were going to have to eat Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, and nothing gets me more excited than food. So we were planning our menu. Do you guys have like specific things you eat every year? Do you have traditions around food? I mean, I know a lot of people do the turkey and the ham and all that stuff, but what about like Christmas morning? Do you have like a special Christmas breakfast you have? What do you do? It's a week away, isn't it? Isn't it next Wednesday? I think. It's exciting. Very, very exciting. And I hope you're all going to have a great Christmas. If you still need last minute gifts because you're like, you know what, I need something unique and different, and what should I have? Go to our gift guide at makeyourdayricher.com/shop. And there are a ton of unique stuff in there that I personally love, use, have given as gifts, have received as gifts. So go check that out. All on there is, for those of you thinking about starting a podcast or something in the new year, is the camera I'm using right now, which is a Sony ZV-E10. Great camera. I got it as a gift from all of my friends. A bunch of my friends and family went together and got me that so you can see me so clearly during this program, and it's a great, easy camera to use. So there you go. Go get that. I was going to, let's see if I can, here, I'm going to show you. Can I? Let's see. I'm going to put this, I'm going to add the camera, make this, and then I'm going to flip this around. It's where, can I zoom? I probably can't zoom. It's that camera right there that you can't see. Anyway, I tried. Should have taken a picture. No one said I was good at this. Okay, remove, stop camera. Right. Anyway, here we go. Outside of this show, I co-host the Wolf Media Fest podcast, wolfmediafest.com. Go there if you are a creator, whether you're creating games, podcasts, movies, books, films, whatever you're doing, go there and submit your work. It's a podcast, or it's a festival that's a media festival. I get lucky enough that every month I get to talk to the winners. Documentary winner from last month, I believe last month, was The Big Infinite, they did our theme song, and they are all about mental health awareness, suicide prevention. They do a ton of work around that, and they did a documentary, and they won, and I got to talk to them. It comes out today wherever you get your podcasts, but here's a clip.
You know, for all of us, just to be able to have these real conversations. And also, you know, some of them are still like, can you sign my shoe, or, you know, whatever they got on hand for their uniform,
Yeah.
Which is awesome too. But the biggest gift is when somebody's like, wow, that song, like I saw myself in that song, or I felt those words or whatever. Like, that's powerful stuff. So it's totally different than people singing along, or a drunk dude in the back of the bar being like, play Skinner, Freebird.
That was me back at some of their concerts when I lived in Maryland, by the way.
Every time you did it, did you think that you were the first one that did it?
Yeah. And I thought you all were singing to me, and I was the only one there. Yeah.
I love those guys. The Wolf Media Fest podcast, available wherever you get the podcast. And look up The Big Infinite. They're doing great, amazing work out there in the world. And they're just a really great group of really good guys. I love them to death. All right. Over the last 10 weeks, I have been helping my new friend Namaine write a speech for a fundraiser that he was doing, a holiday party that he was doing for an organization in Charlotte that was turning into a surprise engagement. And I finally talked to him last night. The party was on last Saturday. I talked to him last night. She said yes. It was he showed me pictures of this thing. It looked like an after Oscars party. It was an amazing event he put together. So congratulations to Namaine and Danielle. I'm excited to meet Danielle. Namaine's going to come on this show. He's actually an author. And so we're going to hook up a time to all of us to meet. And he's going to come here to do an interview. But it was so fun to be a part of something so special. And she doesn't know that I helped. So he said that he told her that he was meeting with me to help him with the speech, but not that part of it. So really exciting, and congratulations to them. They're just great people. Okay. Also, lots of things happening in January. First of all, starting January 6th, this program right here is double the fun, because every day we were going to have 2 guests per show starting January 6th, which is very exciting. We've had great success with our friends over at PodMatch, and because of that, we get to expand the show a little bit next year, starting January 6th. So take note of that. More show, bigger shows. It's very exciting. But also, so over the weekend, we were, I don't know, Sunday morning, we were chatting, Tony and I, and somehow we got on the topic of, I don't know, being kids or something. I'm sure it was Rosie. I'm sure it was Rosie related. And I said, have you ever seen the game show Buzz? Which was a show in like 96 that I was obsessed with. It was a dating show. I was like 13. But I loved it, and I loved the host of the show. Her name is Annie Wood. And so we were like YouTubing video episodes, and we were watching them and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to her. What is she up to? And then I was researching her. She's this amazing artist, like beautiful, beautiful work she's making. And so I messaged her and said, hey, I love you, and I would like you to come on my show. And I loved your game show. And she wrote back to me and said, okay, I'd love to. And I was like, wait, what? So in January, Annie Wood is going to be here, like childhood idol of mine. Like I used to, well, I'll tell her. She's not watching. I used to pretend I was her in my bedroom. So I used to pretend I was the host of that show, like I do everything else I get obsessed with. And I would play that show. I would have props, and I would play. It was such a fun show. And you go look it up. It's BZZZ ! Game show. It's super 90s, but so fun. And she was so bubbly and sweet and funny. And she's going to be here on this show. And I'm very excited about that. And I think at one point she had a campaign to get on the Rosie O'Donnell show. I remember watching it one night, and she had the address of the Rosie O'Donnell show. And she was like, get me on Rosie, whatever. And she never was. But I want to know. I'm going to have to ask her before if she still loves Rosie, because we could have a whole Rosie conversation, which I know you will all tune in for, of course. Right. That's it. We have a really, really good show today because Rachel Lavin is here, and Rachel is the author of the book, The Doughnut Diaries. And so we're going to talk all about her book, why she wrote it, who it's for, and I think it's a really great book, and she has a great story. So I'm excited to have her here. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Rachel after this. Don't go away.
Tired of harsh chemicals in your home? Let's change that. At EcoGlow Cleaning, we bring eco-friendly expertise right to your doorstep. We will make your day richer by bringing a glow to your home or office. For over 20 years, EcoGlow Cleaning has been the trusted choice for professional cleaning services in the Charlotte area. From deep cleaning to regular maintenance, EcoGlow Cleaning offers a wide range of services. All services are tailored to your needs and schedule. Our eco-friendly products ensure a healthy and safe environment for you and your family, including your pets. For a free quote, visit our website at www.ecoglowcleaning.com or give us a call at 704-777-9768. EcoGlow Cleaning is a proud sponsor of Make Your Day Richer TV.
Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Rachel Lavin. Rachel, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, anytime. I think what you have done with your life is amazing because you have been so open with something that people, I think, don't want to talk about and are scared to talk about, myself included, which is, body image, weight loss. And I love that. I love your title as a body love educator. And I was like, I want to do that. And I also need to take that course. Can you tell everybody what a body love educator is?
Well, I'm going to be 100% honest. I made it up. It's not a course. I just wanted to come across because I do not align myself with the body positivity movement because I don't think that offers enough information. It doesn't offer enough healing, and it definitely doesn't really offer enough of loving yourself, right? So I kind of coined that myself, but you can take it.
I love it. No, I love it. I just had someone on that I coined the Queen of Tea. We've got the King of Podcasts, and now I love Body Love Educator. You take that title and you run with it.
Thank you.
When did this? Oh, and she also has a great book called Doughnut Diaries, which you all need to get. And we're going to talk about that as well. When did this story start for you?
It started when I was 11 years old, when I became hyper aware of my body being so different than other people. And it just chartered the next few decades of my life. And when I turned 40, I don't want to jump ahead, but when I turned 40 years old, I had this kind of epiphany where I was like, okay, I don't have room in here for anything else but myself. And it's getting really exhausting. So that's when I realized that I needed to change something. And it's been an ongoing, beautiful journey since then.
Wow. So you said 11 years old. So how, can you talk a little bit about what you went through and what you were feeling?
Of course. I just remember I was in the 6th grade, the end of 5th grade, early 6th grade. I'm a Sag, so I started school a year earlier than a lot of people, or later, sorry.
Later.
So December babies, you know what I mean? Anywho, that's not important.
Yep. Yeah.
So
It's very important.
Long story short, I developed earlier than most girls, and I just remember noticing I got my period. I had boobs. I had a changing body, and my classmates were not experiencing that. I was literally the only one in my class. And it's really interesting because women, even in the 80s, were like, oh my God, this is so cool. Now you can have babies. It's like,
wow.
There's so much more before that that we need to talk about, right? Like,
speaking of jumping ahead, right?
Exactly. So I think that women teachers, like women in our lives, are just not equipped for this question and having a young girl start, all this stuff. And it needs to become normalized. And I think that I love talking to moms about their daughters about this topic because moms, if you don't heal from your own trauma, because that was traumatic for me, you're only going to pass that on. So, yeah.
Do you know any statistics of how many people suffer from kind of body dysmorphia, body image problems?
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people who don't think they're ravaged in diet culture, they totally are. If you say anything about your body, about food, about anything in that genre, you have a hang up about it.
Yeah, men, women. I mean, I think it's just part of. Is it? Do you know if it's like an American culture or like a state of the world?
It is definitely much. It is American for sure, but I've done some podcasts with women in other cultures and other countries, and they have a better handle on it than we do, but it's still there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your book, Doughnut Diaries? Because first of all, I love the name.
I love it too.
And I love your website and all. You have to go to Rachel's website because the graphics, it's a really great website. But tell everybody about the book.
Thank you so much. The Doughnut Diaries is my personal journey of, dieting, all the things that led me to this point, which were, like we talked about, starting at 11 all the way until 40. That's when I decided to kind of cut that off. But it is my story in hopes that I can inspire other people to free themselves from diet culture and live a happy, well-deserved life.
Yeah, like you were saying, it's not just your story, right? It's probably everyone's story. This is your version of that story, but everyone has their own story that's very similar. So I can imagine what you're hearing from people who are reading the book. Can you talk about that at all?
I love the feedback I get. It's very, like you just said, I felt the same way. I had the same experience. Maybe I grew up in a household similar to yours. Like you said, it is my story. I experienced it, but so many people have the same experiences or versions of that experience growing up. And I say this many, many times throughout my book, you are not alone. I think that was the one thing I wanted to make sure that my reader did not feel alone anymore.
Yeah, that's so important because it feels like so isolating. Like I don't know, I'm the only one that has extra weight on, or I am the only one that thinks I look like this. I worked in a nonprofit for a long time where we worked with people in the hospital, and people in the hospital for long stays feel very isolated, like they're the only ones in the hospital when there are hundreds of people sitting around next to them. So it's probably the same thing. And we're all going through it. So why not share our stories and connect? What was it like to write all of that down? Because writing, fiction is one thing, you get to make up stuff, but when you're writing about your own experience, you really have to dig deep.
You do. And I think because I had taken that self-awareness and that soothing and dealing with my trauma before writing the book, that I don't want to say it was easy. There was definitely emotions there, but it wasn't difficult in the sense that I was super ready to share my story. There wasn't anything holding me back.
Wow. What was it like then to put it out? Because I imagine there's a little, or maybe not. You were like, yes, this needs to be out. Get it out faster.
I did feel that way because, again, I think since the lockdown, body positivity has had its next coming, if you will. And I really thought it was the right time, the right message. But as I've been doing this work a little longer, I am seeing the difference between body love, loving yourself, accepting your body, and then there's body positivity. So there's definitely two lanes.
Yeah. You said that as you're doing the work, is that work for yourself, or are you out speaking to people? I hope you are. Okay, good. Where are you going, and how can people connect with you to have them come to them?
Absolutely. So I do
Have
a
you
lot
come
of,
to them?
I understood what you meant. I do a lot of local things, but I also do a lot of online things. I've done some talks, with the MedFit Foundation and some other women's groups. It's very, I'm not gonna lie, it's very challenging to get your name out there, especially if you don't have, social media. It runs everything. And if you don't have, Kim Kardashian level followers, they don't take you seriously, which is unfortunate. But it just shows me that I have to stay the course, be patient, and keep going. But you can
local.
go ahead, please.
No, go. Tell the people.
So my website is Rachel Lavin Lifestyle Wellness. I can be contacted through that. We can book anything you want. And when I say local, I live here in Greenville, South Carolina. So there's lots and lots of women's things that I'm affiliated with. And I love that I get to be a part of that.
Oh my gosh, you're in Greenville?
Yep.
We're in the same state and we didn't even know. Or I didn't even know. I was just in Greenville 2 weeks ago.
No.
Yes.
Oh, well, next time
I
you
just-
come, let's have lunch.
I know. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do you love most about your life right now?
I love the fact that I have finally gotten at almost 53, very comfortable in my own skin. I definitely feel like I am where I'm supposed to be as far as location, as far as my career. And I love that I don't have to be just one thing. That's really cool to me.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grow up? I'm assuming not an author.
No, I had a lot of little dreams / fantasies. I was going to be a dancer, an actress, and then I really am a true Sagittarius. If I try something and it's not for me, I have no problem letting it go. I don't really have the kind of stick with it kind of. So, and then I wanted to be an interior designer, and then I realized, well, you have to do math, and I know. And it just was a natural way that I fell into the fitness industry, and I have been there since 2000, so almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're here for a while.
I am here to stay.
Are you going to write another book or anything?
I don't know. It's not the writing of the book that's hard, it's all the after that's hard. And it's just, especially being an entrepreneur like myself, I don't have a publisher. I don't have those things to market it. So learning all that by myself, it takes a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of work.
It sure does. Yeah, we have a lot of authors on this show who do self-publishing, who work with all of the people, and it's so interesting to hear everyone's story around that, because it's all different too, no matter what avenue you're going down. Can you talk about that a little bit, about what you've learned during the writing of the book about book publishing?
Oh.
Just why she's not working on another book.
So I used a very small publishing house, and so everything that they did for me, and again, grateful because my book is now out in the world, but it was definitely their inexperience when it came to once the book was a real thing, right? The marketing and getting my name out there, it just wasn't in their wheelhouse, and they need to kind of understand that. And it was a very expensive process, but again, I'm being as honest as I can be. It was a very interesting experience. Would I ever do it that way again? I would not. No.
Yeah. Well, like you said, if it's not working, then I just don't care. And I think more people should be like that too. Move on and figure out what works for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved having you here. The book, Doughnut Diaries. Go get it. Such a great story. And I love how open you are and real. And I just thank you so much for sharing your story.
Well, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Come back anytime. Next time, maybe we'll do an in-person thing.
Okay.
All right. Rachel Lavin, everyone. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go away.
You know what would be better than watching this commercial? Watching your commercial. Join the party that is Make Your Day Richer TV by advertising your brand, business, or project during the show. Use us to promote what you're doing to make our viewers' day richer. Scan the QR code or visit makeyourdayricher.com/advertising to start promoting today.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. On tomorrow's show, we have Amanda Trisdale here, who's the CEO, co-founder of Autistic Wings Dance Company. Her daughter was diagnosed with autism, and they found that dance really helped her, and she actually became verbal She was nonverbal. She started talking after she started dancing. And so she said, hey, we need to start a dance company for kids on the spectrum. And they did. And they're here to talk about it tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you for watching. Go make your day richer. Go make someone else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow on an all-new episode. Bye.